And so just a delayed pass there from Antigua. They can make it 5. 10 goals to 5. Antigua and Barbuda trailing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It seems to be that scoreboard blossom is not moving anywhere in terms of points.
I am scoring for myself to ensure that we have accurate scores. I have 5 goals to Antigua and 9 to St. Vincent.
9-5. The score here at the Tanteen Recreation Ground is the only game at 5 o'clock today. In Blossom, we have 2 exciting matches coming up later on.
Yes, we do. Just setting the pace here with this SVG Antigua game. And as we get ready for the 7 o'clock matches, there are going to be 2 more competitive games here as we wind down this year's tournament.
9 goals and another one. So it's 9 goals to 6. St. Vincent. So Antigua definitely has closed the gap. And a good interception here from Antigua and Barbuda on the offense now. Center third. She collects and whoa, what a save there from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But coming away still with it is Antigua and Barbuda. Is she going to hit the 3-second violation? No. And another unforced error. No. Still with it is Antigua and infuriated is the St. Vincent and the Grenadines bench. They probably never seen their girls like this, but Regis has it. Regis goes up and makes it 9 goals to 7. So a 2-point gap for St. Vincent with a weaker lineup, I must say, Blossom. But nonetheless, that's the best they can offer at the moment. 9 goals to 7. St. Vincent and the Grenadines over Antigua and Barbuda. And must be a warm feeling for Antigua now on the bench, knowing that they can close the gap to 2 points.
Oh, yes. It's any advantage you can get in this matchup, even if it's 2 points. It's not an easy lead. And now they go down to 1 point as Antigua nets another one, taking them to 7 points.
It's going to be 8
to
points.
8 points.
8 points to 9.
The score,
1 goal lead.
The person on the scoreboard can't keep up, apparently.
Well, they're certainly not keeping up with us, even with the time.
Just about a minute to go in this first quarter.
First quarter action here. Downtown St. George's, Grenada. We're bringing a live coverage of the ECCB International Netball Series. One step in, and she almost ties it up, but coming away with it is Regis. Regis goes up and scores. So it's 9 apiece now. And what an excellent comeback here
from Antigua. That's a great comeback from Antigua, putting the pressure on the defending champions in this matchup. And it's their center pass, so let's see if they can go ahead by 1 point. A lead is a lead, even if it's 1 or 10 points.
I tell you what, if they can close the first quarter with a lead, that will boost their confidence going into the second quarter. And who knows, they might be a more competitive match at the end. St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the center third. Ball played across court. Looking for her teammate. She does so, finds a goal shoot. She goes up with a long one too. But coming away with it is Antigua and Barbuda and there goes time. Is the end of the first quarter and they're locked. Blossom, what a match we have on hand.
Oh, yes, we have an exciting matchup. Good comeback there from Antigua in the dying moments of this quarter. They've probably just getting into their groove and knowing what needs to be done to defeat SVG in this matchup. And that would take goals to do that because SVG has accurate shooters on their team. They also have a strong defense. So Antigua needs to capitalize on their center passes and they'll be just fine in this matchup.
Well, coming up at the 7 o'clock game, Barbados plays Dominica. Blossom, you going to pick that call and quote 1. and the other game, host country Grenada, they're going to take on St. Lucia. And that promises to be even a tight matchup too. I tell you what, Blossom, they locked a piece. We still will talk to you a little bit more about that important broadcast workshop that's going to take place, hosted by WPG 10 and the National Stadium and Blossom. You're going to be there, right?
I will be there. I have signed up for it. It will be facilitated by Ricardo Chambers. He is one of the best regional commentators that we have in the Caribbean, and he'll be facilitating that. It's a collaborative effort between the Media Workers Association of Grenada as well as WPG 10. The National Stadium also is part sponsor of this initiative, and it's going to be good getting our sports commentary what's the word I'm looking for?
Up and going and improved and developed here in Grenada, because very few people are in this business, and even sports journalism here in Grenada. It's a far-fetched, there's a cry for it. There's a lot to be desired. You said Ricardo is regional. I'll beg to differ. I said this guy is international, and let's hope that he can bring something really fresh.
I accept that. I accept that that correction.
And even as we speak, Blossom, we have a little bit of time to chat. Sports journalism here, there's a lot to be desired. I remember the days when you were calling me every minute of the day. Lester, what you got there? What you got there? I need something.
Oh yes, my days in frontline journalism.
Sports news, you more see regional and international news on local TV more coverage of local sports, and that's something I always talked about. We need to get outside there and promote our local sports.
I agree with you 100%, and that's not just Grenada. That goes for the entire region. Our sportsmen and women represent us locally, regionally, internationally, and they need that coverage, because it's not easy leaving your families, leaving your homes, going out there representing for your country and not getting the level of recognition that you deserve and the level of praise. So we really need to step up on the way that we cover, the way that we broadcast our regional and international events, because our sportsmen and women deserve it.
Certainly so. Listen to the voice of Blossom Alexis, guys. Well, it's 9 apiece here at the Tanteen Netball Complex. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, will be more exciting netball action here in downtown St. George's, Grenada. Is the ECCB International Netball Series.
Yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride.
It's the start of the second quarter in this important clash between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Antigua and Barbuda. If you're in Kingston, in Stubbs, wherever you are in St. Vincent, you want to support the Vinci Jewels against the Falcons. Antigua and Barbuda. I say the Falcons because CPL have them as the Falcons. Boss, I'm just a little bit confused here. We now see that the score is 12 to St. Vincent and 8 to Antigua and Barbuda. And if that's accurate for them, then it's accurate for us.
Exactly. We'll have to go with that. I guess our calculations were off a bit. 12-8 in favor of SVG, as SVG take possession of this pass. Turn over to Antigua. Let's see if they can take advantage of this opportunity as the goal attack passes to the center. Umpire blows, however, for an infringement on Antigua. So SVG now takes control of this pass. So it's 12-8 in favor of SVG. Antigua now takes possession of this pass from outside the court, passes to the goalkeeper, over to the wing defense, a bounce pass there to the center, over to the wing defense, back to the center. Trying to get it into the shooting circle, but that's another turnover, and St. Vincent now with possession. No one has scored in this quarter as yet. So let's see who'll be first to get off the mark in the second quarter of this matchup. The center to the goal attack for St. Vincent. Over the rim it passes. Contact goal shooter on SVG. And another turnover as Antigua takes possession of this one. The pass will be picked up by the wing defense. Wing defense to the wing attack. Over to the center who tries to control it. Slaps it into the goal attack. She makes a long shot. It bounces off the rim and outside the court.
A little bit of lull blossom at the start of the second quarter.
And Antigua is forced to get off the mark in this second quarter, and it's now their center pass. Let's see what they can do with it.
Antigua 9, St. Vincent 12.
That's a nice shot there from Antigua, taking them to 10 to SVG's 12.
And St. Vincent has to be careful here because Antigua seemingly ending the first half, the first quarter with the momentum, and even going into the second quarter with even a stronger momentum. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines definitely will have to be careful because Antigua can definitely spring a serious attack in terms of points.
So Antigua now tapping into their momentum, into their Falcon power. I'll copy you, Lester. So let's see what they can do with it. They should not be daunted by the SVG Jewels because it's a leveled playing field here. So any opportunity you get, you need to take it as SVG goes up to 13 to Antigua's 10.
Warm sunshine here at downtown St. George's, the capital of Grenada. That's the hub for the ECCB International Netball Series. We're into the 8th day of competition. Tomorrow we'll have the closing ceremony, and that will be preceded by the all-important clash between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada.
And we see SVG making a change there to their defensive lineup. Let's see how this can affect them. I think they've realized that Antigua's shooting has stepped up just a bit in this quarter, so they've made a change to their defense. And let's see how this can affect Antigua and or St. Vincent. Antigua with the attempt, misses. St. Vincent will take control of this rebound now, as an infringement is called on Antigua's wing attack. St. Vincent with the ball. The goal attack out of the circle. Tries to get it to her goal shooter, but she just could not reach it. And it tips out of court, and Antigua will take this pass when they come back. Hold time as the ball rolls into court 2. But Antigua is coming back with that pass, and hopefully they can capitalize with this and reduce the deficit to 2. It is now a 3-point deficit. 13 to St. Vincent, 10 to Antigua. Let's see what happens here.
Tell you what, just impressed with the play from Antigua and Barbuda thus far. They started with a lull. In fact, St. Vincent went 5 points ahead in the opening minutes of play, but Antigua and Barbuda has bounced back really nicely.
And they show that with another goal here, taking them to 11 SVG on 13. SVG with the center pass now. Antigua with the pass. Wing defense finds a free man in the goal attack. Goal attack back to the wing defense. Wing defense to the wing attack. Into the circle, but interception there by SVG. And the umpire blows for an infringement on St. Vincent's defense. Antigua takes a big step up. Distance again is called for SVG's defense. And the goal shooter will net another one for Team Antigua. 13-12, Leicester.
That's a 1-point goal difference. And as I said to you, Blossom, not to give too much kudos, but Antigua has bounced back really nicely in this one. Regis seemingly getting into her own. And that was some athleticism there, you know.
Tries to save it before she overbalances. Doesn't quite get there. But that was a good effort on her part.
But saving it with the intention of a shot. That's great.
No, they will get another chance at this goal here. This is their center pass, so they need to net this one. And let's see if they can tie the game here.
Any idea what the tournament will be next year, Blossom?
Not sure as yet, but each ECCB country gets a chance to host. Last year it was St. Lucia, this year Grenada. So let's see what happens next year, God willing. I don't think Montserrat has gotten a chance to host it as yet.
I just think what we can take from this tournament, Blossom, is that come next time this tournament is to be hosted in Grenada, we should have an indoor facility.
Indoor facility, or at least an alternative venue in case there is rain. I mean, this can still be the home court or the main court, but just have a backup plan other than tarpaulin in case the clouds open.
And I tell you what, Barbados has just trickled into the arena. They're coming up against Dominica in a 7 o'clock encounter. The girls are probably tired of being at the hotel, so they decide to make an early trip up to Tanteen.
Oh, yes, they were there whole day yesterday. Did not get an opportunity to play, so coming out a little bit early.
Point for SVG. And also a substitution for Antigua and Barbuda. The center comes in, changing the center position.
Lester, speaking of alternatives, maybe Grenada needs a retractable roof on the court.
Well,
maybe that can be an option.
They're listening to us, and if Blossom voice is the voice, it's time for action.
That will be a major investment. So if there's anybody out there that wants to invest further in netball, there's something we can think about. Retractable roofs, not just in Grenada, but across the region.
And Blossom says so. Come on, guys, let's get it moving. A new surface. However, Blossom, a little bit disappointed with the surface too. As you pick up play, Blossom, another point for
Team Antigua nets another, taking them to 13. Still within 1 point of SVG, who's on 14. So Antigua really putting up a fight here, not letting St. Vincent get too far ahead. Making sure they stay competitive in this matchup and letting SVG know their intentions to win this game. I love to see it.
Rivalry, clean, close rivalry between St. Vincent and Grenada that has been happening over the years, but it's clean. Another point.
Level in the score here, according to my calculations.
Well done, Antigua and Barbuda. St. Vincent and Grenadines, on the other hand, a little bit docile from the bench. Normally, you'll see the spirited bench for St. Vincent and Grenadines. Maybe they have a different plan. They're always a team that wins a game in the fourth quarter. They're very strong in the fourth quarter. So let's see what the fourth quarter is going to be like here.
Nice touch by Antigua's goalkeeper. That's Tanya Stevens. She has a famous name. Goalkeeper for Antigua. Nice long pass there. Contact is called on the goal defense. The goal attack will make an attempt at the goal with a long shot. It spins around the rim into possession of Antigua as they pick up this rebound.
Into the second quarter. In case you're just joining us, you're picking up action between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Antigua and Barbuda. Day 8 of the ECCB International Netball Series. Blossom Alexis alongside me here in this game. There are 2 more games to be contested. Barbados, they come up against Dominica, and host country Grenada, well, they will take on St. Lucia.
Nice shot there by the goal attack for Antigua going ahead by 1 point in this matchup. 15 to St. Vincent's 14. Could the defending champions be in a pickle here? Could this title be threatened by Antigua? Making a change there to their wing attack, bringing in some fresh legs with an attempt to get more balls into the shooting circle. Let's see how this can enhance the game that Antigua is playing. Nicely done. The goal attack is on point, and she knows that's what's needed here in this matchup.
I'll tell you what's the match. The match is Cayman Islands and Barbados. They defeated Grenada, but those defeats would not count as they are not in the ECCB lineup. But if Antigua were to defeat St. Vincent here today, that will make even Grenada chances even better.
Oh, yes.
Come Sunday.
Oh, yes. So there's a lot riding on this matchup here, because when it comes to the tournament itself, and St. Vincent and Grenada are the only undefeated teams. So the matches today may have okay, just scoping out the shot there by the goal shooter.
You get a little bit excited there, Blossom.
Yes, I did. As Antigua forges ahead, 17 to St. Vincent's 14.
And I'm wondering why Frederick is still on the bench, because she's not in uniform per se. She is in regular clothes.
Could this be the strategy? Rest her up today for that all-important match against Grenada tomorrow, please a lot. Could that be SVG's
If I was
strategy?
SGG, I want to make sure that I get over Antigua and Barbuda first.
She's probably
and then
there
think about
just
Grenada.
in case. In case it gets to the fourth quarter and St. Vincent has
Well,
to pull out
as
her
we talk
secret
about
weapon.
that, she's looking to come on court now, Blossom. She's putting on a goal shoot.
We probably said her name too many times and she's coming in here like Beetlejuice, and she might just take the court for them.
It's
As SVG scores here, taking them to 15.
just asking myself if she's injured, but she's not, because she's looking to suit up and get on court. Antigua with the momentum now, Blossom. A good momentum, a good run for Antigua and Barbuda.
Oh yes, and they're still ahead by 1 point, 16 to SVG's 15.
The Falconitas.
You're doing too much now, man, Lester. SVG with a rebound here. Oh, nice touch there by Antigua's goal defense, trying to keep the ball in play. But her efforts falls just a bit short as St. Vincent takes this one. Goal shooter over to the center. Center with a over the circle pass to the wing attack. Back into the circle to the goal attack. She goes up and is successful.
Downtown St. George's, Grenada,
Scores
Antigua
leveled.
and Barbuda has leveled score now with St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Jewels.
16-16. It's a tied game as we speak here in the second quarter. Let's see if SVG can take back that lead. And they do so. It's now 17 to St. Vincent, 16 to Antigua.
Don't forget still to come the all-important clash between Grenada and St. Lucia. St. Lucia playing some really good netball in this tournament.
Nice take there by the goal shooter. Level in the score once again.
It's like tennis here, Blossom. They're rallying with the points. Don't know if we got it right or if the scoreboard again is giving us the jitters, but they're saying 1917. And Blossom, if I were to go by you, I think you were following closely by.
I was following. As far as I know, I think I was following
On top
closely.
on top of the game.
But according to the scores, Antigua is ahead 19 to St. Vincent's 17. So maybe I missed 2 shots. Let's go with that.
In the meantime, Grenada is trickling in. They're coming in. They have arrived. They might be happy to hear the score on Discord, where Antigua is offering a really good resistance, I must say. And not just a resistance for me. They're just matching up St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Oh, yes, and surpassing them because they're ahead by 2. So Antigua really tapped into their power in this second quarter here. SVG has fallen back just a bit. Antigua now at 20 to St. Vincent's 17. Some people will say it's still early in this game to call it.
And the observation still
nevertheless-
remains why Frederick is still on the bench. Maybe it's too early to call it.
Yeah, probably she knows that their best quarter is
The fourth
still
quarter.
to come. So she's resting a little bit. And they, to be honest, Lester, looking at the St. Vincent bench, they do not look nervous at all.
Yeah,
So they probably know where their strength lies and which quarter is their best.
And I tell you what, we end up the second quarter here at the Tanteen Netball Complex. Antigua 21, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 17. A 4-point gap between these two teams. And Antigua, if Antigua were to win this game, it will definitely open up the tournament for tomorrow. I tell you what, Grenada has arrived, Barbados have arrived. Grenada plays St. Lucia, Barbados plays Dominica. But courtside, Blossom, a very interesting match.
Oh, yes. At the end of the first quarter, St. Vincent was ahead by 4 points. End of the second quarter, Antigua is ahead by 4 points. So they're going back and forth. And I must commend Antigua here. Digging deep to see that they can actually reduce the deficit tie the game, and then take the lead in the second quarter. They're not going on without a fight, and right now Antigua is the team to beat. St. Vincent has a lot of work to do in the next 2 quarters of this matchup to see that they can continue their winning streak. Will Team Antigua break that streak for the defending champions? We still have 2 more quarters to go, Lester, and right now I think Antigua have found the formula they need.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Grenada and St. Vincent matchup tomorrow. Lester Smith alongside Blossom Alexis. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll examine the 2 teams, Grenada against St. Vincent and the Grenadines tomorrow.
We have exciting news. ECCB Connects now has a WhatsApp channel. Follow us and stay in the loop with our latest videos, photos, and updates. It's simple. Just search for ECCB Connects in your WhatsApp Updates tab and get connected with all things ECCB. ECCB Connects. Who we are, what we do, and how we serve you. We have exciting news. ECCB Connects now has a WhatsApp channel. Follow us and stay in the loop with our latest videos, photos, and updates. It's simple. Just search for ECCB Connects in your WhatsApp Updates tab and get connected with all things ECCB. ECCB Connects. Who we are, what we do, and how we serve you. We have exciting news. ECCB Connects now has a WhatsApp channel. Follow us and stay in the loop with our latest videos, photos, and updates. It's simple. Just search for ECCB Connects in your WhatsApp Updates tab and get connected with all things ECCB. ECCB Connects. Who we are, what we do, and how we serve you. We have exciting news.
Downtown St. George's, Grenada, and as promised, we're going to have a little look at the teams, Grenada and St. Vincent for tomorrow. But just before we do that, we just want to let you know that the official score, Antigua and Barbuda 21, St. Vincent 17. Blossom, anything to go by in terms of the decision in this match?
Antigua needs to keep the momentum that they had in the second quarter, and this can really change the game for them. St. Vincent needs to dig deep because their shooters are not getting the ball into their shooting circle. So the attacks, the wing attack, the center needs to do what they need to do to get more balls into the circle for St. Vincent, and let's see what happens if any changes will be made to the lineup. I think Frederick will be coming on for St. Vincent in the third quarter. They realize that they need to change some things, and that change will be taking place in the shooting circle for St. Vincent.
Let's see how Antigua can cope with the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Frederick in the third quarter, if she comes on the court. Blossom, just let's move over a little bit to Grenada. The strengths of the Grenada team as against the strength of the Vincentian team.
The strength of St. Vincent appears to be on both ends of the court, the defense as well as the shooting. As we mentioned, Frederick, she is the leading goal scorer. She has a 90% accuracy since this tournament started, only missing a few shots, and she has scored over 200 points so far. St. Vincent has the second and third highest totals of this competition, 93 and 92 in their earlier games. So we know they have the shooting on lock. Their defense also does what they need to do in that circle. So St. Vincent more or less has an all-round team. Grenada, to me, their strength, as always, is Kato. She continues to be the most accurate shooter, and she is second on the list of accurate shooters for the tournament this year. She is behind. I think her accuracy was just over 70% before the start of yesterday, but she continues to be the top scorer for Team Grenada. She does have injuries dealing with in the legs. Her knees are still plaguing her a little bit, but she just needs to plant herself under the pole as close as possible, find that comfortable spot, and net the balls that come to her. We also have Cecile Howell for Team Grenada as the goal attack. She sometimes switches to goal shooter, and there are other shooters that we can tap into in terms of Tiffany and one of the Brown twins, Celine or Selena. I still have a hard time telling them apart, but we have other shooters that we can tap into just in case Kato can't quite make it. The defense for Grenada needs to step up, They are giving away too many easy balls in the defensive circle, so the defense really needs to step up. The other twin is in the defensive circle, so one shooting, one defending. So maybe they need to tap into some twin powers when they face that all-important match. Over the years, it has been the battle between St. Vincent and Grenada. When St. Vincent wins, Grenada is the first runner-up. When Grenada wins, St. Vincent is the first runner-up.
Your call, Blossom, tomorrow.
Based on the statistics, I am leaning toward SVG. I wish I could be biased in this matchup, but that's based on the results of the matches. St. Vincent, like we said, unbeaten, including the invited teams, whereas Grenada has tasted defeat by 2 of the invited teams in this competition. So even though those results do not matter in terms of who will win the tournament, a defeat is still a defeat, and that can really affect your confidence. It can affect the way you play. Just knowing that you have 2 losses in the bag and SVG is unbeaten, that may affect the girls' psyche. Hopefully it doesn't, and they can just play the game for what it is. So let's see what takes place tomorrow, please, Lord.
Question, Blossom.
Where are you leaning?
Oh, Grenada, go Grenada! We're going to have the 8th man tomorrow at courtside. Come on, all of Grenada, we want you to come on down, because you know, when the drums come and the horns come and the people come, we going to win. Grenada's going to win tomorrow against SVG. Blossom Alexis.
I love
Lester
your confidence.
Smith.
I'm just going on stats here. If I'm being biased, y'all know. 473 for life. I'm just going on stats here.
I tell you what is going to be a nice matchup tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Let's hope that the weather holds.
Will I be commentating that matchup? I hope I can control myself if I commentate in, because it's going to be good. So we're getting ready for the teams to return to court for the 3rd quarter of this contest. Antigua and Barbuda ahead of defending champions St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 21-17. One change I've noted to Team SVG. Here comes top scorer Frederick taking her position as goal shooter in this matchup. So let's see how that change will affect this game here as Antigua goes into the 3rd quarter, the leaders.
And if I'm Antigua, I'm going to be a little bit fearful, because Frederick is formidable. She is destructive. She is invincible. Frederick is on court, and she has it early, Blossom.
Oh, yes.
And converts.
Once she gets that ball, you can more or less guarantee that she will net that ball. SVG first to get off a goal here in this 3rd quarter. Antigua with the pass over to the center. Center looking for a free man. Finds the goal attack who's out of the circle. She sends a lob over the shooting circle to her wing attack. Wing attack tries to get it into the shooting circle, but an interception there by the goal defense for St. Vincent. And it's a turnover for the defending champions. Trying to get it back down to Frederick, their most dependable shooter in this tournament. She does so, finds her, and she converts once again. SVG now at 19 to Antigua's 21.
Immediately, St. Vincent and Grenadines has already closed that gap. Frederick.
And the goal shooter is blown for footwork there, so turnover to Antigua.
And it's a killer turnover, as Blossom said. That footwork at that level of competition, you're not going to be blown for footwork.
As you call it, unforced errors.
Richardson is still on court. They're not going to put her on the bench, because she is so pivotal, so important for this Antigua lineup. Is Frederick.
Contact on the goalkeeper. Regis now goes up and nets one for Antigua. Their first goal of this quarter, taking them to 22. SVG is on 19, and Antigua is making a substitution there.
Well, guys, in case you're just joining us from across the region here in Grenada and across the wider world, we here at the start of the 3rd quarter is St. Vincent and Grenadines Jewels up against Antigua and Barbuda. We call them Falconites.
I ain't sure about the wee part, Lester, but okay.
Okay, I'll take responsibility for mine.
Mostly because I can't pronounce that word, but yeah, I'll let you have it. Antigua in possession. Nice pass there. Niceness.
Oh, love the athleticism. It's called niceness.
Niceness
I
there
love the
by
athleticism
Regis.
by Regis. She has a work cut out for her in this quarter. She certainly has exemplified why she deserves a spot on this team. (23-19). Is Antigua and Barbuda over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we into the third quarter. A little bit of a quiet just came over the court. Maybe the little crowd that we have here is thinking what is happening. St. Vincent down in the third quarter, something that is not seen or heard of throughout this tournament. And 23-20, Antigua in possession, ball in the attacking third. She's trying to get it into the circle. A good interception there from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. One of the best teams here so far defensively. St. Vincent and the Grenadines a chance to narrow that gap. It's 23-20. And formidable figure of Frederick is there, always there. She has it. And converts. 23-21. St. Vincent center pass up into the attacking turn now, trying to get it into the circle to Frederick. No, it comes away with the goal. She steps one in and contact on Frederick. 23-22. So St. Vincent building on the offense now, trying to close that gap with Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda really needs to stay focused and stay in shape, keep their shape, keep their confidence. St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the attack. Ball into the attacking third. 1-2 into Frederick. Frederick spins around, pivots and converts. 24 each now, and Blossom, St. Vincent's where they probably want to be now.
23 each now.
23.
And St. Vincent, you can really see the effect that Frederick's accuracy has on this score here. As SVG is blown for footwork once again, Antigua takes possession, but the scores are leveled at 23. And St. Vincent has done a lot to reduce the deficit they had going into this quarter to now come and tie the game up.
Antigua and Barbuda are jostled for possession. Who's going to come away with it? Antigua and Barbuda in the attacking third they are. Pass comes into the goal attack. She's trying to find Regis. Regis goes long. She's going to go long. She comes up with it. One step in and out. Contact on the St. Vincent. And up goes Antigua back in the lead. 24-23. You can hear the players really wanting it now. Antigua still with it. In the middle, in the center third. Interception. And Regis again at the start of this quarter. She's having it difficult to get into good positions to get that pass. Whistle goes. Is that the 3-second violation?
Regis has a yell of frustration there.
Yes, it is.
SVG takes control of this turnover. Nice play there by the goal attack to free herself to get that pass.
And up a piece again. 24-24. We're here at Downtown St. George's, Grenada, the hub of the ECCB International Netball Series. A well-deserved change coming in for Antigua and Barbuda.
They changed their center and their wing attack as they continue the third quarter.
It's 24 each here. With 8 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in this quarter. Still, we have another quarter to go. And we're yet to decide who's going to be the winner of this one. It's probably one of the toughest games so far in this tournament for both teams. 25-24 is St. Vincent and the Grenadines over Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda in possession now. Just taking their time with it, slowing it down a bit, trying to get into good positions. And a call on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She goes up, and it's going to be Regis. Regis doesn't miss from such close angles.
And Regis is the third highest goal scorer in this tournament. She has a 75+% accuracy in this competition this year. So kudos to her.
A win there for Antigua and Barbuda Blossom, and up the court again is Antigua and Barbuda trying to find Regis. She loses out possession. That was too simple, too much unfold, and Regis is upset. You can see how upset she is because she knows how important that point could have been.
That's not a mistake you want to make at this stage, and knowing how defensive the goalkeeper is, keeping the goal shooter on her toes, you can't make a bounce pass like that with the goalkeeper right on Regis's side there. So you needed to find another way to get it into the circle, and bounce pass was not the answer.
A frustrated Antiguan team now just giving away possession very cheaply is Antigua. But a win there from the goal attack. She sends it into Regis. No, she doesn't. She goes for herself and converts. And while I was talking about the frustrations, like the players heard me down court and decided to remedy the situation. So we up on the piece again. It's 26-25? 26-25 in favor of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
In favor of Antigua.
Antigua, sorry. The Jewels with their formidable. Oh, she sends it in. What a save from Antigua. She goes up, doesn't connect. She still gets it. And another point for Antigua and Barbuda.
That was a nice save there. The center tried to be fancy with catching that pass and almost lost it for her team, but they were able to save themselves.
27-25, St. Vincent and the Grenadines now. Frederick comes out of the box, of the circle. And she is worked away back inside. She collects. And there is an infringement, but it's 25-27. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Up to the rim now is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She converts and makes it 27-26. Just about 6 minutes remaining in this quarter. Antigua leads. Maybe St. Vincent is a bit tired. Maybe, who knows? They really have been having some handsome scores on the court. And if that's anything to go by, Antigua is capitalizing on the fact that we have a slower St. Vincent team on the court in the 5 o'clock sun. Well, the sun has gone down a bit. Tell you what, Antigua leads 27-26. Now the scores are locked. 27-27. Under 6 minutes to play in this quarter. Long searching ball inside the middle. A nice hoop. And Frederick goes up and scores. So St. Vincent has taken the lead one more time, Blossom.
28-27.
Antigua. Who does she find? Center. Center tried to go all the way across court. Regis.
Nice save
scoop,
there.
that's one back inside. And there it goes. Contact. And goal defense. She steps one up. And she doesn't convert. Coming away with it. Thought for a minute there that looked so close, Blossom. It could have been called contact, but who is me to say that? But Antigua wins it, comes away with it now in center court. Antigua a chance to come and level up the score. She bounces up into the center. Center goes into the goal attack. Who does she try to find? She tried to find Regis. Regis under the hoop now. On a pivot foot, and she scores.
28 to Antigua. The scorers still have St. Vincent on 26, but to my calculations, it's
27. Should be. And infuriated Blossom Alexis in our commentary booth here. Come on, Blossom, you need some water?
because I'm not sure the scoreboard or the person on the scoreboard is keeping up with the
game.
scores.
So I've just seen a score for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So they've moved to 27, so it's 28-27 by the official scores. Well, I say official scores, but Blossom Alexis is really keeping up with things. Another one for Antigua and Barbuda. That's Regis. Regis goes with her team to 29. 29-27. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in this one. And if Antigua can keep that score like this with a lead into the last quarter, Blossom, it's anybody's game.
Oh, yes, it is. It's going to be a major upset for the defending champions if they lose this matchup here. But I'm not going to write off St. Vincent just yet. As you said, they still have another quarter.
I'm saying that to
go.
say, Blossom, because Frederick is back on court. She's played the entire quarter. And then you look at the score, Antigua is still leading.
So
Lost Blossom there for a little bit, but nonetheless we pick up.
Just keeping
Blossom,
an eye
can
on
you
the
stay with me?
scoreboard. Keeping my eye on the scoreboard, it now appears that St. Vincent is in the lead by 30 and Antigua is on 29.
Well, I tell you what, these people down there, Blossom, we definitely have to see how we can keep
So Antigua is
things
keeping
going.
St. Vincent on the toes and the scoreboard is keeping us on our toes.
That's a nice way to put it, Blossom Alexis. A wonderful area elevation there from the Antiguan. An opportunity for Antigua to level scores. Ball played into Regis. What is Regis going to do? She's going to go for a long one.
Ooh, a little
And
too
she's
much
really
strength
upset
there.
with herself now. You can see the frustration is building up on her. She wants to keep that game as tight as possible.
She can't let the pressure get to her now because they're doing well and a frustrated game is not going to turn out good for you. So she needs to stay calm, do what she does. She's the third highest goal scorer in this tournament this year. So she needs to continue to remain calm and do what she does best in that circle.
2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this quarter. What can happen? Can SVG pull ahead as much as possible? Or is Antigua going to stay in the hunt? So 2-point goal difference now, 31-29 in favor of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Just under 2 minutes remaining. St. Vincent and the Grenadines in possession. Can move that tally up by 3. A good attempt there.
Nice take.
And Frederick comes away with it. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines 32. Antigua and Barbuda 29. Antigua and Barbuda needs to make this one count. That's an expression I got from you, Blossom. They need to make it count.
Ooh, nice touch there by the keeper. Breaking that momentum there for Team Antigua.
And you can see Regis is really, really trying her utmost best. Antigua and Barbuda goes up and converts. A nice one there. Quite young player. She must be in secondary school in Antigua
Oh,
and
yes,
Barbuda.
that's why she's a goal attack. She has the stamina and the energy to run from the center court to the circle.
Great part of netball has to do with fitness. So the younger you can get these players and the fitter you can get these players, better is for their teams. Ball rolling onto the rim now and down in.
I'm chuckling because once Frederick gets that ball, everybody starts walking back to their
Especially
positions.
if she gets it that
Because they know
deep.
she's going to net it and it's going to be a
She's on
center pass
fire.
after that play. So I'm chuckling at the way they've all resigned to just walking back to their position once she snatches that ball.
I tell you what, a
Nice
win there
take
for
there.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. With under 30 seconds remaining, they're up by 3 points. An opportunity to make it 4. Frederick plays back out, back into Frederick. Frederick is all the way out. What's that called there, Blossom? I didn't pick it up. But
She was called for, an infringement was called there on the Antigua player.
Antigua and Barbuda in possession now, trying to get the ball into the offensive third. She does so. Contact. Regis. And the whistle goes, an indication that we've had 3 quarters. St. Vincent up 33, Antigua 30. Blossom Alex, what a quarter it was.
What a quarter. And they've been going back and forth. A 4-point lead for St. Vincent at the end of the first. A 4-point lead for Antigua at the end of the second. And now a 3-point lead for St. Vincent at the end of the third. And SVG needs, they know they need to tap into it because Antigua has been putting up a great fight. They've been able to reduce deficits whenever they're behind. So Antigua knows this, as St. Vincent knows, this is not a play-by-play kind of match. They need to dig deep, which is why they brought in Frederick back as the goal shooter, knowing her accuracy levels, and which is what they need. They need goals to win this game, and Frederick is doing just that for them, taking them ahead 3 points, getting ready for the fourth and last quarter.
Both teams have all to play for in the fourth quarter, and Grenada is looking on closely on the periphery of the court, hoping that Antigua and Barbuda can get a win in and make things a little bit more dicey and nicer for them come tomorrow.
And this is a good opportunity for Team Grenada as well to observe St. Vincent when they are playing under pressure. Take notes of what changes they may be making, their strengths and their weaknesses as well, to see what they do under pressure. So this is an opportunity for the coaching staff of Team Grenada to observe them in this setting, as well as to take in some notes possibly for that matchup tomorrow. God
Kudos
willing.
to my production team here. They've been doing a fantastic job so far throughout the tournament, Blossom. You know, these guys have been here 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning doing coverage of Fimber. You guys, hats off to you guys. Kudos to the production team, Blossom. Job well done so far.
Oh yes, doing a production like this live with sometimes 5 games per day is not an easy feat, but the production team has been
Well,
out
they haven't
here.
snapped us yet.
Not
So
a-
which means, they seemingly things are going okay.
One more day, guys, one more day. Let's hear from President Liebert now what the current score is to make sure we're up to up.
33 to 30.
Okay.
Antigua and Barbuda.
So
Again, your score at the end of the third quarter. St. Vincent's lead 33 to 30. Antigua and Barbuda.
33 to 30, St. Vincent lives over Antigua and Barbuda. I tell you what, we'll take a short break here in downtown, the capital, St. George's, Grenada. It's the ECCB International Netball Series. We take a short break, Blossom, and we'll be right back. More netball action here in Grenada.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle at ECCB Connects.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. This limited edition $50 banknote was issued exclusively in Grenada, but it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries. The Grenada $50 note is legal tender. This means that it can be used for any of your standard and over-the-counter business transactions.
Back downtown St. George's, Grenada, the capital. St. George's, the hub of International Netball Series, sponsored by the ECCB. St. Vincent and the Grenadines leads by 3 points, 33-30 in Kingston. St. Vincent or in St. John's, Antigua. I tell you what, it's a big clash here. Grenada is looking on closely in this one. And who will be the champion team today? Only time will tell. Another 14 minutes and 40 seconds will decide. But as far as we concern now, Blossom, it's St. Vincent 33, Antigua and Barbuda 30.
Oh yes, and they've kept Frederick on the court because they know what needs to happen. Goals win matches, not just in football, but netball as well.
Warm sunshine here at a little bit of cloud cover over to the north. That doesn't mean anything at the moment. And SVG goes up
The first
to 34.
the first goal of this quarter.
And Frederick is still on the court. Maybe nursing an injury because she didn't play the first 2 quarters.
Wanted to give her rest because she played this
She's
morning as well
back
against
up.
the Cayman Islands.
35-30, a 5-point gap between the SVG. But a very low-scoring game, I must say.
Oh yes, that shows the level of competition because usually, or should I say in the previous games, you see teams with 13-point leads getting into the 40s and the 50s. But because the defense from both sides of the court is so great, the teams are not scoring as they usually do.
36-30, and that's when St. Vincent is dangerous in the fourth quarter. They pounce on you, they pounce on you, they pounce on you until you know more. And is that's what's going to happen to Antigua here in the fourth quarter? They need to make a run. They need to make a surge. Antigua and Barbuda, if there's anything has to come out of this one, we just needs to come out and play our heart out in this fourth quarter. But for as far as we concerned, SVG is just increasing that gap. It's 30. It's a 5-point.
It's a 6-point
It's a 6-point
lead,
gap.
36-30. I think I'm going to keep my scores up here because when they adjust on the scoreboard, it goes back to what I have. So I'm going to stick to mine.
I'll tell you
And
what,
there goes a goal attack for Antigua, netting
The
Antigua's
accuracy.
first goal of the quarter.
the accuracy of Blossom Alexis cannot be underestimated.
36-31. Nice there by Tanya Stevens, goalkeeper for Antigua.
36-31 says Blossom. The scoreboard says 35-31. Blossom, I'm going to stick with you too.
Long pass there.
Frederick trying to win it and sends it all across court, and that's an easy one, but intercepted there by Antigua and Barbuda, and good athleticism there.
Oh yes, the goalkeeper working to keep that ball out of the circle as best she can.
St. Vincent up a notch. Blossom.
Antigua with the center pass here. Contact is called by the umpire on the goal defense for St. Vincent. Antigua continues with the pass into the circle to the goal attack. She takes a step, needs a little bit more power in her attempt as the ball goes out of court, but Antigua will maintain possession of this pass as St. Vincent was the one to knock it out. Tries to get it to Regis, doesn't, but they maintain possession. Contact is called there on St. Vincent's center. Contact in the circle by the goal defense for St. Vincent. The goal attack. Tries to get it to Regis. Contact is made there by the goalkeeper for St. Vincent. Regis will now have a penalty shot. She goes up and in for Team SVG.
33. Blossom, your score?
38-31.
Wow, the scoreboard is saying 36.
Actually, that's 32. 38-32.
38-32 is St. Vincent and the Grenadines over Antigua and Barbuda. A win there for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, trying to find Frederick, but no. Goal attack decides to go for herself and converts.
Nice shot there.
And Blossom, if anything, will go by your score.
I'm trying my best to keep up because it doesn't seem like the scorers can do so. It's a
Well, they're still
fast-moving
on
game.
32 for
Ooh.
Antigua and Barbuda.
She takes a nasty spill
And
there. That's Regis going down hard. And she's still down. The umpire blows for the holding of time as he calls in an official from Antigua's bench to check on Regis.
It's something I realize in this tournament, Blossom, that the officials, the umpires, they need to be more mindful that when a player goes down, they take quite a little time before they call in the medics for examination or for support.
You just want to ensure.
I just want to think that based on they use the discretion and based on that fall, because that fall a while ago was definitely a hard fall, and
But
immediately
sometimes you don't
to the
always
bench.
see it. Sometimes you don't always see it because your eye is on the ball and not necessarily the player. So keeping your eye on the ball is probably at one end of the court, going out of court before you realize there's a player on the ground. So I don't fault them too much. And then you want to ensure that it's a spill worthy enough of holding time. Some spills the players can bounce up and get right back into play. Other times you may need some seconds. Hold time as you evaluate what's taking place. So I don't hold them too much
I
for
just
that.
make the analysis because in football, once it's a head injury or anything close to that, immediately, without any hesitation, the medic team is called onto the pitch. So, but I just find there's a little bit of hesitation sometimes, even when there is something that I consider, serious.
I'm going to cause confusion here and say it could be that netball is more contact sport than football is.
Well, they all are contact sports.
And there we have another goal there by Antigua. And play continues here in the fourth and final quarter. Antigua taking on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the defending champs. Antigua on 33, St. Vincent 39.
A 6-point advantage is now going to turn into a 7-point advantage.
Let's make that 40 to St. Vincent and 33 to Antigua. The scorer is yet to change the scoreboard, which is why I'm
and that's what we're saying. We're seeing
relying
that
on
they're
mine.
not even changing the score, even when a goal is scored. So it's 40 to 33 in favor of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the team that comes out in the fourth quarter and stamps the authority. Another point to Antigua and Barbuda. 34, 40 to 34. And the score
Nice
is not changing
pass
at
there.
all.
That was a nice lob into the circle. Finding the
41
goal
to
attack.
34. It's St. Vincent and the Grenadines over Antigua and Barbuda here at court number 1. The only game played at 5 today. A lot of the teams are getting some much needed rest today. I know Anguilla, they played this morning and they don't have to come back at courtside today, so that's a much needed rest. Guyana has been depleted in terms of their lineups. In fact, we were doing a game the other day, Blossom, and they were down to just the bare 7 on the court.
Unfortunately, this is a grueling competition, and back-to-back games or 2 games per day for a lot of these teams, it can sometimes get too much.
Antigua and Barbuda pressing ahead, Blossom.
On 35.
35 to 41. A 6-point advantage, but St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the center pass and trying to get the ball quickly up court as possible. They're not delaying their play at all, even though they are ahead. They're not going to run the clock.
Nice touch there by the
Antigua
goalkeeper.
winning possession and a chance to close the gap between St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In the center third now. Into the attacking third is Antigua and Barbuda. Long Sachin ball across court. An infringement. Regis having to pivot around that goal. Keep. Still Regis. Long one going to Regis. And she is tussled over there. Toppled.
She passes that penalty shot to the goal attack.
Closing the
walks
gap.
it off.
Closing the gap, Blossom.
36-41 still St. Vincent, but Antigua is not giving up, and it's their center pass. Let's see if they can further reduce this 5-point lead to 4.
Great conditions for netball here. Downtown St. George's, Grenada, the hub of the ECCB International Netball Series.
And the umpire has held time as he has a little tete-a-tete with St. Vincent's wing defense, especially following that contact there with the wing attack. And he will advance play into the shooting circle. The goal attack goes up. She misses. Regis catches the rebound and she converts, taking the deficit to 4. St. Vincent 41, Antigua 37.
Exciting netball action down here in downtown St. George's, Grenada. And Antigua coming away with it to a deficit of 4. They're going to try their best to get closer to a 3-point gap. Grenada, on the other hand, looking on closely at this one. And hopefully they can see Antigua winning this game. It'll be a plus for them, even in more motivation for them, as they get the all-important clash tomorrow. St. Vincent and Grenadines, defending champions, ranked 17th in the world against Grenada, ranked 21st. Grenada is up next at 7 o'clock. They play against St. Lucia. And Blossom Alexis had the call on that one to say it's not going to be a walkover.
Oh, it's not. St. Lucia has been putting up some good matches here, some competitive matches, and it's going to be another tight game. Team Grenada really needs to dig deep because this one is a tournament matchup.
Another point for St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Taking them to 42. Ahead of Antigua's 37.
42-37 here at court number 1. St. Vincent trying the best to hold on to that lead. Antigua and Barbuda pressing. St. Vincent winning possession. 42-37. St. Vincent trying to close that, trying to extend that lead. And so does Frederick.
With an accurate
43-37. 43-37 is St. Vincent and the Grenadines over Antigua and Barbuda.
And look at this. Antigua is double teaming Frederick, leaving the goal attack free. And she's able to do that back and forth with the wing attack without any defense here, any interception or attempt at interception.
40.
Because the goal defense and the goalkeeper double teaming Frederick as the goal shooter and leaving the goal attack free. And she's the one that netted this one.
What do you do, Blossom?
You need to be able to adjust.
Player like Frederick, are you going to leave one player with her, or are you going to double team?
one player with her and one with the goal attack, because the goal attack can't be left free to shoot all the shots. You're guarding one and leaving the other free. If the goal attack wasn't accurate, I'd say, okay, you stand a chance. But she's also netting the balls that she gets, so you can't just leave her free to double team Frederick.
And you also cannot leave Frederick free with one player, as that's the case a while ago. Frederick goes up, she misses. Antigua coming away with it, Blossom. And still, Antigua has some work to do if they are to get close to leveling the score against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent Grenadines back into the attacking third. Long pass into good contention there for that
Contact
pass.
is called on the goalkeeper. Frederick
with it.
This penalty shot.
Frederick goes up. Another goal to St. Vincent and the Grenadines Blossom. And St. Vincent moves on, dominating the fourth quarter.
44-37 to St. Vincent. St. Vincent ahead by 7 points here, with just under 5 minutes to go in this fourth and final quarter.
44-37, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Downtown St. George's, Grenada, Ifin, St. John's, Antigua, or in Kingston, St. Vincent. You want to feel a sense of joy as the Jewels is dominating fourth quarter here. 45-37 now.
St. Vincent, I think the fourth quarter for St. Vincent is their best quarter.
In all matches.
Because like they did with Cayman this morning, they're doing the same thing. Pulling ahead in the fourth quarter. They're now taking an 8-point lead in this matchup against Antigua. 45-37. So you need to have stamina to keep up with Team SVG if you stand a chance of defeating them.
And Grenada is looking on, so they must know that this St. Vincent attack and this St. Vincent defense, if there's anything to go by, they got to be stalwart in defense against St. Vincent again, especially the likes of Frederick. And Cato will have her work cut out tomorrow. Let's hope she gets well-deserved rest and come out tomorrow. She will have the 8th player, which is the crowd tomorrow. I'm rooting for Grenada Spice Girls against the Jewels.
Oh yes, Antigua going up now to 38. SVG still ahead on 45. Can they make it 46 with this pass?
Can they make a surge? And every time they try to make that surge, Frederick is equal to the task. 38-46. 3 minutes remaining in this one. The lights have come on here at the Tanteen Netball Complex, indicating that we're well on our way to the end of this match. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 46. Antigua and Barbuda, 39. Well-deserved point for Antigua and Barbuda. They moved to 40.
They moved to 39.
They moved to 39, sorry. 39 to Antigua and Barbuda, 46 to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Antigua and Barbuda coming away with it. Into the defensive third, into the center third. And the call is from the bench, don't force it. Because when you force it, it winds up an unforced error. So just moving. And it's what you, when you don't have the ball, what you do as a player that will make the difference on the attack.
Oh yes, because it's your opportunity to free up yourself in the event that your player needs to get free. You need to ensure you're free to get that pass.
And netball is a sport of intelligence, I must say.
Oh yes, it is, because you have to keep your eye on the ball, keep your eye on your opponent, keep your eye on where you are, because there are certain lines you can't cross on the court.
But it's 40-46. The scores has yet to make that change, Blossom. So it seems to me that 40-46, a turnover there for St. Vincent. Antigua on the attack, trying to make it a 5-point game, is Antigua. 40-46.
Just over 1 more minute left in the fourth and final quarter of this game. Antigua with the ball.
41-46, a 5-point game. It's almost impossible now, Blossom, for Antigua to be victorious in this match.
You never know. It's never over until
go with
over.
Go with the saying. The ball is round.
The ball is round. The court is flat.
It's 7v7.
Exactly. It's never over until it's over. And you can steal passes, convert your own. Anything can happen within the next 40 seconds or so.
I tell you what,
game.
there's no fat lady to sing here, Blossom. St. Vincent definitely is going to run away with this one.
But I love that it wasn't an easy walk over for Team SVG as we get ready for the final 30 seconds of the game. Antigua really showed up this afternoon in this matchup, giving SVG a fight to the end.
Beautiful conditions for netball here at downtown St. George's, Grenada, the hub of the ECCB International Series. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, maybe with their last possession. And Frederick, formidable, destructive, great. And she nets the final point for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So that's a hard-fought victory for St. Vincent and the Grenadines over Antigua and Barbuda. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines continue to reign. They're ranked 17th in the world. And if that ranking is to go by, that will give them an added impetus when they come tomorrow, God's willing, to play against host country Grenada here at the Tanteen Netball Complex. Blossom, what a match.
What a match it was. I have to commend Antigua for putting up such a tough fight in this game. Sometimes you expect the game to go one way, and the teams and the players come out here and they really show up themselves. And Antigua coming forward, actually taking the lead during some of the quarters, ending the second quarter ahead. They did themselves justice this afternoon, and kudos to the player, kudos to Regis, taking that hard spill, but able to continue to the end of this matchup. And although they lost, I still think it's a noteworthy performance they put on here this afternoon.
So the strategies did work for St. Vincent and Grenadines, Blossom, because they rested Frederick for the first two quarters, and we do not know what was that strategy about, but definitely in the end, Frederick came in the third quarter and fourth quarter and really dominated from her position.
Based on what I saw today from St. Vincent, both in a match against Cayman Islands this morning and SVG, and against Antigua, right now, their fourth and final quarter is the strength for St. Vincent. And I saw that play out here tonight, so they know that their best quarter is yet to come, so I guess they give Frederick a rest for the start of the match. And let's see if that's a strategy tomorrow. I don't think that will be the strategy against Grenada, because you need to come out guns blazing.
So the final score here in downtown St. George's, Grenada, St. Vincent and Grenadines 47, Antigua and Barbuda 41. A very low-scoring game, I must say, and Blossom, that depicts the level of competitiveness of that match.
Oh, yes, and it speaks greatly to the defense of both teams, because their shooters were on point, but the defense was able to put up such a fight that no one team was able to get to half a century. And that shows the strength of the defensive players on both ends of the court, and kudos to them. It's not just about the shooters sometimes. Sometimes the defense does what they need to do, and that's restrict goals. And I think that's what happened here tonight.
Tournament come to a close tomorrow when Grenada hosts St. Vincent and the Grenadines in an all-important clash. And let's see how that goes. But before that happens, Grenada will have to go past St. Lucia and the upcoming fixture. Grenada plays St. Lucia at 7 o'clock, and Dominica will come up against Barbados. Blossom, looking forward to those two matches to come.
Oh yes, as usual, the folks in charge of the fixtures put what you anticipate to be the competitive matches as the final matches of the day, and that's what those two matchups are expected to be: competitive. They may be as close as this game we just witnessed between Antigua and St. Vincent, so I'm looking forward to see more competitive matches here. ECCB 5th International Netball Series coming to you live from St. George's, Grenada. It's been exciting so far, and I have to say I'm a little bit sad that we only have one day left of competition. I was getting used to this.
But I tell you that while you're saying that, Blossom, the players are saying, can this be over with? Because they had so many matches to play in such short space of time. And
which is
we
true.
saw yesterday Guyana left with only 7 players on the court and no replacement players. And then you see Anguilla having an early match this morning and not being able to come back on the court side this evening. So let's look forward to this encounter coming up. Grenada going to host St. Lucia, and Dominica will play against Barbados. More exciting netball action as we take a short break. And when we come back, we probably have a couple interviews, or we go straight into the game. Grenada versus St. Lucia, and Dominica plays Barbados. So from downtown here, St. George is the capital of Grenada, the hub for the ECCB International Netball Series. We take a short break. Lester Smith alongside Blossom Alexis. Hey.
Stay locked on ECCB Connects.
We have exciting exciting news. ECCB Connects now has a WhatsApp channel. Follow us and stay in the loop with our latest videos, photos, and updates. It's simple. Just search for ECCB Connects in your WhatsApp Updates tab and get connected with all things ECCB. ECCB Connects. Who we are, what we do, and how we serve you.
Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars. Not just here for the ride, moving with decency and pride. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Women of the Caribbean, yeah, rising higher. So let me hear you say yeah, one more yeah out there, yeah.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle